Texas Podcast Massacre contains spoilers and adult language. For more horror, visit us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com. This is Texas Podcast Massacre.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, coming to you from Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Mitch, and with me, as always, are my final girls, Nate.
I have a really good memory. It's not just the Adderall.
And Lisa.
It could be, though.
Boop, beep, boop, beep. Hi, I'd like to make a call to a phone that's not connected to anything.
You're just blown away by the new cell phone technology.
It's actually called
fit
the
phone in my
podcast.
mouth. Called what?
It's called a podcast.
Well, welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, where each week we take a look at a different horror movie and debate a horror-related topic with our unsuspecting victim, who's usually someone we would not consider a horror fan. This week we're having our own girls' night out slumber party, just the three of us, as we review this week's movie of the week, The Final Girls, or just Final Girls. Is it The Final Girls?
It's The Final Girl.
Okay, I was right the first time.
You're the worst with like names. Like
it is so bad. There's a recent SNL skit where it's what's that name, and they just keep bringing in random people. It's like, oh, who am I? I'm your friend's girlfriend from 4 years, and they're like, I want to say Karen. That's my nightmare. So yeah, no. So that's this week's movie of the week. I don't know if there's anything y'all want to say before we jump straight in.
I'm going to take you calling me a final girl in the beginning as a compliment.
Yes.
I just wanna
You
leave
would have
that
made
there.
it to the end.
All right. Awesome.
Maybe. Lisa definitely would have made it to
Like
the end.
silver medal final girl.
Lisa's the final girl in the fact that she would never have found herself in this situation to begin with.
Bam.
That's what makes the final girl, like, you didn't even want to be in it, but you couldn't escape. That's the horror.
Yeah. Well, with that said,
That's my life.
well, that's it. We're going to move into the debate question of the week.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now, you know, I like when we have our extra guests and extra unsuspecting victims for these, just because, you know, it's always good to get new perspective. But what I love it when it's just the three of us is we can really like dive deep into a lot of movies. And now, Lisa, you've seen so many that you can actually have like great in-depth conversations around horror movies now. Something that I know you've always wanted to be able to do, to be able to sit in a party and talk about horror films.
You know, it's sad because the other day at work, some of my coworkers were talking about some horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were talking about the one we just watched with Sandra Bullock, Bird Box.
Yeah.
And in a previous life, before I met you, I never would have known or said anything. But of course, I had to jump over and start talking about it. And then they were talking about horror movies and who liked them and who didn't. And I was like, what has become of my life?
Did you tell them about this podcast?
Give in to your
Of
hate.
course. I always
Yes.
rep the podcast.
Give in.
Yeah.
You're on the dark. You're basically a Sith Lord now.
Yeah, you strayed far from the Jedi way.
Yeah.
You're like Darth, some name from Harry Potter.
Darth Voldemort.
Darth Voldemort.
Or, well, Darth Bellatrix. Is that better? Is
Yeah,
that more
Darth
appropriate?
Bellatrix.
No, I hate that biatch.
Oh, Darth Harry. I
Darth
don't know.
Biatch.
Darth Biatch. No. Well, what? So what? Yeah. So I wanted for tonight's debate question. You know, this movie's called Final Girls.
The Final Girls.
Now I'm on my head about it.
The first
I
one.
know. I second guess, and now I'm stuck in that. For the Final Girls, you know, I want to have a legitimate.
Hold on. It's
what?
The Final Girl.
The THE. It's the same word.
There's not two E's. Very specific on that.
I just wanted to really hit that the seat. No, I'm saying
Okay.
The Final Girls. All right, so
Don't let him make you conform to his weird ways.
Correct way of saying the movie title that we're reviewing.
It's the same
Ye
damn
Old
thing.
Final Girls.
Oh my
I'm okay with that
gosh.
one.
Oh yeah, we'll go with that. So let's have a legitimate debate. of all the movies that you've seen, and so we'll throw in ones that even we haven't necessarily reviewed yet.
Sure. Oh, okay.
Who is the ultimate final girl? Who you can go best? Who best exemplifies it? Who's the most badass? Who's the one you want to ride into Valhalla with? I don't know. You just tell me who is the greatest final girl. And Nate, I'll kick it over to you first.
Okay, well, I was going to go with. I thought it was going to be for movies we had done. So I was.
Well, we can.
Well, no, I was going to go with Dana from Cabin in the Woods.
Okay,
because it's a huge part of the actual plot in a very meta way. But now that I can do anybody, I will probably
be careful not to spoil anything I haven't seen for the podcast.
Screw it, I'm going anyway. My favorite is Aaron from You're Next.
Ooh.
I'll try not to be too spoilery, but the premise is that there's a family gathering that gets interrupted by murderers with masks. Normally a final girl would be like running, hiding in a closet, a la Jamie Lee Curtis.
Was your... Sorry.
No, what?
I was going to ask, was Your Next a WWE studio film horror movie like Oculus was?
Was it? I don't know.
I'll check that.
Okay.
You keep on your point.
But no, so normally the final girl is someone like really bad circumstances happen and they rise to the occasion. In this case, Erin is already, she grew up on a survivalist compound in Australia. So when shit goes down, she literally takes charge. Intense booby traps, a la Home Alone, carrying an axe around, like setting up elaborate things. Classic mixed direction. She is just a badass. It's like you try to pick on somebody. You're like, oh, this person's terrible at basketball, and then they just dunk on you instantly, like surprising you. That's what she does. She dunks on masked killers. She's awesome.
To answer my own question, it is not.
It is not. Okay.
It's not with the mask I was going to make a comment of, but it doesn't matter now. Although strange.
It's the final girl who is the most badass and competent of anybody, which you don't know until the movie pops off.
It's true.
So that's a total flip usually of the whole trope, which I like.
Now, does it hurt her score overall in that there's only one film?
What's the score?
I'm just saying, if you're thinking like ultimate final girl, I mean, she only really survived one movie. Do you rank her less than those that have like Jamie Lee Curtis that survived like multiple?
Think about it. If you're the best final girl, you only need one movie. Everybody's dead. You win. You can't. They're not coming back. If Jamie Lee Curtis had killed Michael Myers legit in the first movie, franchise over. But she didn't.
But she did have a murder house after later installments.
Yeah. Again, good final girl.
That's not my
You
pick.
double tap in the beginning. If you're a good final girl, killer's dead.
So then I have one that will one up yours then.
Okay.
Nate. Mr. Nathan.
Nathan. My co-host of many episodes, 90 plus episodes.
I didn't know if I was going to say like your full name or not. And then I pivoted hard and broke my ankles.
Natron.
Natron.
Sorry.
Ellen Ripley is quite easily the greatest. Yeah, and by her standards, she does straight up murder every one she goes up against in each movie. The same specific one does not come back.
Sure, but is it really that great if you murder somebody in a way that means that you are cryogenically frozen and miss your daughter's entire life? No, it's not really.
It's not who's the best final mom.
Fine. Technically, she's the best final girl because she's more of a final girl than her own child. Yikes.
Yeah,
I think mine's better.
This one's I don't know.
She can have a kid and watch it grow up. Now, is that the tiebreaker for me? I guess so.
Yeah. Now, Lisa, we'll kind of. I've got one other maybe contender, but you go ahead.
I like Ripley.
You like Ripley?
Yeah, but there's only
believe it or not,
there's only one final girl.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Me.
Okay.
I survive episode after episode.
The psychological
final
episode.
Girl. Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm still here.
Yeah.
But I'm a survivor.
Well, by my logic, are you going to kill us? wait. By my arguing standards?
That sounds like a lot of people.
Well, Mitch.
I don't need either of you.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. If you killed Mitch first, it would end faster.
Wait, what? What
If
does
you
that
killed
mean?
me, it's like, well,
I'm still stuck
is
with
you-
it?
like a lot
your-
of the podcast equipment isn't at my place, right? So technically, it could still happen.
I could just sell everything.
This has got dark real quick.
You can't sell it if Mitch is still alive. There we go.
Watch me.
Oh, gee.
If anyone is looking for recording equipment,
You know that song?
Please stop
Like,
trying to
me.
sell
you know
our
that song?
studio.
Maybe next time he'll think before he cheats.
Yeah.
We could work that into podcast equipment.
look, 100 episodes is enough episodes. That's a lot.
I dropped that mic onto the side. God.
Oh, that's
hauled it
sad.
out of here, 4-wheel drive.
This, yeah.
Oh.
Man, well, I appreciate the drive-by, everyone. Thanks. I don't even know what to say with that. I was going to say that I did have a... Now, do you have another
yeah.
a second?
So you're 1A. What's like the one?
yeah. So
Yeah.
we're going to throw in two options, and then we'll rank them.
So I have to say Jamie Lee Curtis. She's the best.
Trading Places or
Yes.
True Lies?
True
Yeah,
Lies.
Scream Queens.
Yep. Mhm.
Oh,
All of
yeah,
this.
Scream Queens.
But no, I like how she came back in this latest Halloween movie, the reboot that they just did, and still kicked ass.
Final Grandma.
Oh, she did fantastic.
God.
She was great.
That's a like the
I
people
mean,
from Scary Movie.
she broke the rules though, because once you
Yeah.
have sex, you're supposed to die, and clearly she did.
Yeah, but she didn't enjoy it. So, so it's still okay.
Oh my God.
Clearly things did not work out.
Wait, that's the basis. Is that if you're enjoying sex,
Yeah.
then that's what it is.
If you're just like, I guess we should get this over with. Okay. Like the killer's like, this is already sad enough. I don't care about this.
Wow.
Like they're already punishing themselves. Who cares?
Jesus.
Did you guys ever see that movie Shame?
No.
Okay, well, never mind. Never mind.
You know what? The first time I've ever been glad to say,
Everyone,
no, I haven't
everyone
seen this
listening,
movie.
go watch Shame.
Don't do that.
Everyone listening,
Feel bad
do
about
not
yourself.
do that.
Yeah, don't.
Feel bad about yourself.
In the words of a previous episode, don't.
No, don't.
Don't.
Nate, what's your 1B?
1B? Oh, I was going to go Sally from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Good.
One of the OGs.
Spoilers.
Is it?
Kind of. From a movie from 45 years ago. I'm okay with it.
Just saying.
Yeah. I was gonna go with the final girl that I grew up with. Sydney
I
Prescott.
knew it.
Sydney Prescott.
Sydney
I
Prescott.
knew you were going to say that.
From Scream? Yeah.
Yes. In fact,
You-
I was surprised you said Ripley.
you thought I was gonna go J-Lo. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Is it
No, but she
J-Lo?
isn't the-
J-
Call
Love
Jennifer
Hewitt.
Love Hewitt J-Lo?
No.
Yeah, J-Lo Hewitt.
This is a
I'm going to do that and everyone's going to be so confused. Man, I really love seeing J-Lo. Oh, J-Lo. Oh, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
She was the final girl in Anaconda, though.
Did Jennifer Love Hewitt make an album at some point? I have to look this up.
I think she did. Actually,
What's the over-under of her making an album?
Oh, she definitely did.
She definitely did?
Definitely did.
Oh, she definitely did multiple.
Yeah. I'm sure
There's
terrible.
a whole discography. 2002's Bare Naked. Oh,
BEAR.
title. There's a title of a song from 1995 on the format CD and cassette from the label Atlantic called "Let's Go Bang." I don't know.
You know, this makes her career turn to giving hand jobs on the masseuse show or whatever.
I don't
the
know.
client list makes it a lot more sense.
These
now.
are the titles of her albums. You got Love Songs, 1992. Transition into Let's Go Bang in 1995. 1996, self-titled Jennifer Love Hewitt. 2002, back to Bare Naked. Really a sandwiching of themes here.
No. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking that the client lists were still around today. Robert Kraft could be a guest star.
Oh. Lisa, what do you think?
Wah, wah,
Which of those
wah.
albums sounds the best to you?
I think I'm done with this
How many
episode.
Grammys?
She's like, I'm waiting for the Sarah Michelle Gellar album.
How many Grammys did it win? How many was it even nominated?
-3.
had to give away.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone who won one that was involved.
Like I had to make my own and give it to Nelly Furtado. That's what happened.
But you digress.
Yeah. Can't beat that.
Things
dead
are
horse.
bad when Lisa's bringing us back. Yikes.
Okay, so of those 6, how do you...
Lisa's the most realistic.
Maybe yeah,
I'm clearly the top.
maybe we'll go 5. We'll all agree Lisa's top.
Deal.
Of the other
Right.
5, how do you rank them?
I think mine's the best, but she's less classic.
That's not ranking them. That just says yours is the best. I want a ranking. How would you...
Well, you rank them first, Mitch.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all mine up top.
Of course.
Yeah, see, this is terrible. Terrible.
I think Ripley...
Cindy Prescott is the lowest in this list.
No.
Yes.
Over the Your Next Girl, come on.
Yeah,
No.
she was better.
She was her villains or whatever weren't that great. Ripley had to kill the xenomorph, and then
The Queen.
Jamie Lee Curtis is like original final girl.
No, not really.
Well, who?
Well, the original
ahead of
is basically Sally from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you got Jess from Black Christmas.
I'll say this: I would put Sally pretty high up there, if only because she has to deal with some of the more ruthless.
Her
shit
ending
going
is so
on.
brutal
Yeah,
that it's very memorable and good.
yeah.
What's that whole dinner scene?
There's a lot. That
She survived worse than anybody else.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say her then.
Yeah, but she is broken after this series of events, right? There's no counseling that's going to bring you back from that.
She's seeking out Seether to do a duet right now.
So she's Amy Lee.
Exactly.
So yeah,
That's my one and only Seether reference for the entire podcast. Thank you guys.
Wow.
Thank
that's
you.
all you got.
Good
Thank you,
job
guys.
working it in.
Yeah, I mean, I think Your Next Girl's toward the bottom for me.
Her name's Erin. She has a name. Yikes.
Doesn't matter.
Your next woman? Wow.
Wow.
You gonna put up with this, Lisa?
What? I tuned y'all out a long time ago.
I think Jamie Lee Curtis is right above Erin. Then I'd put
Cindy
who's
Prescott.
Who's your second one?
Sally is above all these people.
Sally's who's your first
Cindy
one?
Prescott is
There's Erin,
the bottom. She's the bottom.
No, she's not the bottom. Why is she the bottom? What's your deal with Sydney?
She stays on the phone way too long.
So she's a chatty Cathy, so she's at the bottom?
That's a bad final girl. You're chatting with the killer all the time? Terrible. She dated Skeet Ulrich, bad taste in men. I mean, come on. Come on. Jamie Kennedy was right there.
I will
Mistake.
say, I take away points in the fact that she looks like she's always crying all the time, even when she's not in a situation that calls for it.
Yes. Yeah.
That gets annoying pretty quick.
Like, I'd rather would have Rose McGowan been the final girl in that movie than Nev Campbell. Yes.
To me,
All right, Lisa wins. Let's just agree. Let's agree Lisa wins.
All right. Well, if we'd like to know how you would rank those, or if there was a better final girl that should have been in the mix, let us know at TX Pod Massacre on Twitter or Texas Podcast Massacre.
Fine. Nev Campbell from Wild Things.
Versus who?
No, that's her best final girl role. It's Wild Things instead of Scream.
There's a bunch of kids boys who were of middle age during that time, that like
Mitch,
middle school.
You are dying.
We're gonna we need a clip of like the technical difficulty so I can go get some coffee or something. It's bad. No, I don't know. I don't know how to word this. It's
like,
not clumsily.
Listen, I'll end the story.
Not creepy.
I'll end the story. I'll end it for you. I had a VHS tape of Wild Things.
Yeah.
It broke because I played it so much. Next segment.
Whenever boys of a certain age when this movie came out will know exactly what you're talking about. Everyone else is gonna be like, Wild Things. Yeah.
Go watch it. Go watch Shane,
don't.
then go watch Wild Things.
No.
What a double feature.
No. Double feet. God damn it. Yeah, so if you have any better suggestions than Wild Things, please feel free to let us know at TX Pod Massacre on Twitter, at Texas Podcast Massacre on Facebook and Instagram.
Reminder, 5 episodes left.
Oh my God, is there really only 5 episodes?
100. Send in your emails.
The Centennial.
Send in your Facebook posts, your Instagrammers, your tweets.
Yeah.
And we'll read them on the air.
Yeah.
If they're good.
We will have a mail, but yeah.
If you agree with me, you have 100% more chance of it going on. Heads up on that.
Yeah, and they forgets that I edit these episodes, so play your cards wisely. No, we will be doing a mailbag section, so definitely get us your questions. You can also send them at texaspodcastmassacre@gmail.com. With that said, we're going to get into this week's movie of the week, The Final Girls.
Guys, somebody's coming.
Hey, do you guys know the way to Camp Bluefinch?
Tina.
So we're in the movie.
Oh, hi. What's your name?
Best summer ever! Anyone want to help me pick some strawberries?
Nope, but I'll give you a hand with those melons. Talking about her boobs.
The writing is so bad.
What is that noise?
It's Billy. He's coming. Everyone who has sex in this movie dies. It's awesome.
No sex.
Wait. Selfie time.
How do we get out of here?
Movies like this end when the final girl kills the bad guy and the credits roll.
That's home. That's the final girl. We just have to stay with her till the end of the movie.
Oops. I want to know where they keep the hardware. I want chainsaws and big-ass knives, and I want them now.
Guys, what's happening? Why am I colorblind? Am I having a stroke?
We're in a flashback.
I wonder if all this blood is just corn syrup, like these characters are walking around with just corn syrup in their veins. Oh, no. Oh, God, that's blood.
I know in the movie you're supposed to die, but that doesn't mean you have to, right?
What do we do now?
We fight.
Incredible movie. I always have a soft spot for horror comedy films and kind of more of these tongue-in-cheek kind of clever ones. Lisa, as our unsuspecting
Lisa, come on.
victim.
Come on. This one's for you.
I mean, how do you describe this movie to someone?
It's all for you, Lisa.
It's all for you.
This is my worst nightmare come to life.
Oh.
In that
they get trapped in the horror movie.
Yeah.
Last Action Hero horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although some would say Last Action Hero was, in fact, a horror movie and that it was so terrible.
Also true.
The scary parts that you spent money on it.
I did not.
I did not.
I did not.
Even me, I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah, I'm going to wait till this comes on TV.
Like, this was like the age when, God, I'm really going on tangents today. Last Action Hero was the age where, like, you couldn't, like, try a video game. You had to, like, look at the cover art and go, that looks fine. And you played it, it was garbage, right? Last Action Hero was so bad. I'm like, ooh. I see the movie poster and no thank you.
Yeah. So, Nate, what can you tell us about The Final Girls?
The Final Girls came out in 2015. It had a limited release and then it went on demand with a budget of $4.5 million. It did not make that back. It's a 92-minute PG-13 rating.
Yeah.
On this one. 6.6 on IMDb, which is pretty solid for this, and a 73%. I could not find a tagline, which is probably the first time I've ever had that.
Weird. Yeah, I'm surprised to hear.
Lisa, make up a tagline.
Oh, I don't know. The Final Girls. This is why they don't have one, because they couldn't think of one.
Nate, you do it. You're usually pretty good at
final,
these.
Okay. Tagline.
Just remember, it's only a movie.
Oh, got it. Wow. You should have got, I feel like Mitch should have had that, but you got taken.
I did get taken. Nate, if you're going to run the drops, you got to learn to drop the air horn, man. You've wrested control of my production booth, and we've all suffered
Lisa
ever
and
since.
I yelling in unison. Much better. No offense. The director of this movie was Todd Strauss Schulson. That's a tongue twister. You can't say that really fast. A lot of kids making fun of him when he was young.
Were they? I mean, is he Swedish? Because maybe they all had to say like
Todd Strauss Schulson.
It's like Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strauss Smith. No, he did the 2019 Valentine's Day romantic comedy with Rebel Wilson and Liam Hemsworth called Isn't It Romantic?
Oh, really?
Yes. This is the same
now I
person.
have to watch that movie.
Do you have to?
Yeah.
When I go back in his
I heard it was good.
When I go back in his movies, you will not say that about any of the rest of them. 2012's TV movie Zombies and Cheerleaders. 2011's A Very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas.
Oh,
No,
gosh.
don't. I watched that on tour. Do not watch that.
Oh, wow. Really?
we rented a red box and watched it in our tour bus. And I'm pretty sure it was.
With the low standards of tour bus entertainment, didn't even make the cut then.
Look, when you're traveling around the country, Redbox is great because you can just drop it off in the next city. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
Well, how about, did you see
You brought to you by the good people at Redbox.
Yeah, right.
Redbox?
Sponsored.
Read your box. All right.
What?
What?
The 2009 TV movie Blimp Prom. Lisa, in the last episode, you told us about your prom that Machete prominently featured.
It wasn't on a blimp.
It was okay. You didn't transfer to an after party blimp.
No.
Well, this wasn't about you then. All right, just making sure. I just want to make sure. Last movie was about your prom, so
Yeah. All about it.
And the first one I saw in here that was interesting is 2009, also TV movie. I can't even say this. Drunks versus Highs.
What?
Drunks versus Highs. In that, I believe it is drunks versus people who get high.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
They couldn't think of
Which
the
one
word
sounds
stoner
better,
at the
drunks
time.
versus highs or zombies and cheerleaders? Those are the two.
They all sound awful.
It sounds bad.
Yeah.
The main actress in this is, how do you say his name? Her name, Tysa?
You know, we had
Tysa?
We had about 15 minutes dedicated to this on The Nun.
And I don't
know.
I looked it up and I also forgot it. Tysa Farmiga from The Nun, American Horror Story. She's in a Twilight Zone episode of Jordan Peele's new one coming out this year. And she was in the 2018, I thought, good movie. People should go watch. Triple feature. Long Dumb Road is really good. Jason Mantzoukas.
What's it about?
The dude from Grand Budapest Hotel, the young guy, and Jason Mantzoukas go on a road trip. And their hilarity ensues.
Oh, nice.
We also have Malin Ackerman from 2019's Friendsgiving.
Malin.
I was thinking Malia, like Obama. Malia Obama. Malin
Ackerman. You sound like, what's his name when he was trying to say the Idina Menzel?
Oh,
God, it wasn't that bad.
I don't remember who it was.
Marlon Ackerman.
John Travolta.
Marlon Ackerman.
Yeah, Marlon Ackerman. Friendsgiving, that's coming out. She was in Rampage.
Mm-hmm.
She was in Watchmen. 27 Dresses. She was in Children's Hospital, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And we got back-to-back Harold and Kumar. She was in the original Harold and Kumar movie where they were picking what thing they would do to her. Yep. That was one of her first movies.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember. I think most people probably know her from Watchmen. That was kind of.
Yes.
I don't know if that was her necessarily biggest breakout role, but it was certainly.
I mean, 27 Dresses. Come on, Lisa. 27 Dresses.
I haven't seen it actually.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, in this movie,
way to assume
we got Nina Dobrev. We got Thomas Middleditch, who's going to be in Zombieland 2. So perfect.
Excellent.
We got Aaliyah Shawkat from Green Room, and we got Adam Devine, who is in literally everything and hilarious.
Oh, Alicia got from Arrested Development.
Of course.
Yeah.
I went with Green Room because it was from our previous episode.
I get it.
Yeah.
She's done more than one thing, though.
This movie was filmed in Baton Rouge and St. Francisville, Louisiana. There you go, Mitch. Louisiana connection.
Cool.
Cool. Okay, how about this? How about this for cool? This is one of the coolest trivia items I've ever done.
Okay.
By far.
Cool.
The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Father, one of the, I suck at names today. One of the fathers in The Exorcist.
Some in the water, I guess.
Who died.
Yeah.
His son wrote this screenplay.
Really?
To deal with the fact that his dad died in a famous horror movie.
Really?
How cool is that?
That's so sad.
And then his father passed away, and then he wrote this movie. How cool is that?
By cool, do you mean utterly depressing?
No, it's cool. He was trying to connect with his dad who just died, who had died. He'd seen die dozens of times in The Exorcist.
Yeah.
There you go. Lisa liked it.
What, The Exorcist?
No, the fact that he wrote that.
Yeah, Lisa
for his
hasn't seen
dad.
The Exorcist yet. We're saving that for a special episode.
Sad.
It's
What
sad,
is it
but
with
it's
all
cool.
these movies and parents lately? Happy Death Day to You. This one.
I mean, come on. It's called Happy Death Day to You. Everybody could die at that point.
Oh my god! So
Wait, what?
let me ask you.
It's got
Nate,
death in the titles. I'm saying the parents are fair
but
game.
it's the heartstrings. It pulls out your heartstrings, especially now that I'm a mom.
So in your research, was it released at festivals first when it had the limited review? Because
Yeah.
I seem to recall when the last shows we did with my band was we were playing South by Southwest. I think I remember seeing the posters for this movie there, which would have been about 2015.
It was at South by Southwest.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
I
South by if you want to be cool.
I don't want to be cool. I'll be my lame ass self as usual. No, I remember seeing. I missed it because obviously the movie weekend and the music weekend are not.
Yeah.
They overlap very little. But yeah, because that was the same weekend. The week that the Disaster Artist was also screening for the one night, the very first night.
The very
early cut of it. Yeah. And before it got kind of edited again before the major release.
It's like James Franco 16 hours as Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah. I feel like they had to do that. Well, anyway. Yeah, so I remember seeing the trailer. It looked, or not the trailer, but the posters, and it looked interesting. I didn't know what exactly it was going to be like. Lisa, your overall impressions, like, what did this movie, I guess first, would you say this is an unsuspecting victim-friendly film? And then, did it, what were your expectations going into this one?
I had no expectations because you guys sometimes pick really bad movies.
Mm-hmm.
So
But was this one of those times?
it was pretty good.
Yes.
It's definitely
I
unsuspecting.
did it. I picked this one. I just want to let you know that.
Okay,
Gold
Nate.
star for Nate.
Sorry, I gotta get that in.
Someone gets to put the Happy Death Day little smiley face up there. Anyway, go ahead.
This is definitely unsuspecting victim friendly. Yeah. PG-13. I mean, even the one scene where I thought that girl was going to go topless, she didn't go topless.
Oh.
So, it's good. It's funny. It's got a heart. It makes you a little bit sad. And it's got all the, it's kind of like Scream in a way, but more poking fun at itself.
Sure. Yeah. It's definitely ripping off of or parroting Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
I mean, that's for sure the movie. So if for the horror fans, because it is pretty funny, you're gonna get the horror comedy vibes. I think if you're a really big fan of Friday the 13th and Jason, you'll there's a lot of little subtle things that are pretty funny that are kind of homages to it or riffs off that.
I mean, they're at a camp.
Well, I mean, there's some things we'll get to.
He has the mask. They do the.
Mm-hmm. But even how he's dispatched, toward the end is, and even the framing and all that. Yeah. So Nate, you had seen this previously.
Yeah.
So what were what was it? What did you think about it the second time through? How did it? Because I don't know how many times you've watched it before we did this episode.
It was my third time.
Okay. Does it still hold up after 3 viewings?
I thought so. Yeah. The first time I watched it on my own, and the second time I watched it with my wife. And this is one of the few movies like Lisa that she actually enjoyed. I was like, ooh, all right. That was how I knew it was unsuspecting victim friendly.
Right.
To be fair,
I brought someone in just to make sure, like, okay, I think this is a good one. And then I was,
Your wife could give Lisa a run for her money on unsuspecting victim, if only because you forced her to watch horror movies for a lot longer without the premise of a podcast.
Yeah, she doesn't get,
and a lot worse.
Oh yeah, a lot worse.
Yeah,
she's watched The Audition. She's watched a lot of garbage.
I'm sparing Lisa from that one.
Yeah, she's just like got up like no.
No. Although
when this like all the blood starts like no, she's like no, thank you. But no, the third time I still liked it. It's got heart, which is kind of rare for these kind of movies. it kind of is up in the category of Cabin in the Woods, Tucker and Dale versus Evil ish, closer to Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which is good company to be in. And the story is sad, which now makes a lot more sense, right? That I told you guys that that guy wrote it, but it was sad, but good in a good way. Like, oh, this is more. I care about the characters more in this movie than almost 99% of any other horror movie. You really care for a lot of the characters. Like when they die, you're like, ooh, that sucks. And especially at the end when I don't give it away, but when a certain character dies at the end, it's very emotional.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we'll get into the emotional piece. I think I'm somewhere probably a little lower than y'all on this, based on I had different expectations for it, I guess.
What were your expectations?
I don't know. I didn't expect the emotional thread on it. I thought it was going to be a little bit more, like Black Christmas-esque. But like
this
more
was not that.
Yeah, more like all the girls are sort of like working together kind of thing. It's something different. Than
you
what we got.
You thought it was going to be more serious?
Not so much more serious. I expected it to be a kind of a comedy or something.
Well, they both had Billy as the killer.
Right.
Nice.
True. But I guess I thought that it was going to play off more on the tropes. It really didn't. And really any sort of great. I mean, the real story is the overall relationship between the main character Tysa and
they
Melanie
get trapped in the movie.
Mm-hmm. But everything else, it was just kind of Last Action Hero-esque. So
now, Lisa, the very beginning of this movie is a fake trailer. Our last episode was Grindhouse. Where does this fake trailer for Camp Bloodbath match up with the other fake trailers we saw? There's one line. There's one. Mitch, do you know the line I'm talking about?
I might have. I do know that I just wrote in all caps, I want a Camp Bloodbath movie.
Yeah, but there's Kumbaya. You'll be saying Kumbah no.
Yeah.
It was good. So you didn't think it was better than some of the other?
No, it was good.
It was good? Good as good as don't? Ooh.
Yeah.
As good as don't. All right.
Okay.
How about Machete?
Yeah. Machete or Camp Bloodbath.
At the end, she says, you just fucked with the wrong version, which is basically the same quote, except
that wasn't in the trailer.
For Mexican. I know, and in the movie, though.
Yeah.
It's a nice tie-in.
I don't know. You're splitting hairs at this point.
Okay.
I loved it.
Yeah, the fake trailer is great.
The fake trailer was better than Rob Zombie's.
Clearly done by someone who really loved the fake trailers from Grindhouse, because it's done in the almost exact same style, voice, everything.
The fake deterioration, the Kumbah no. One of the best lines ever.
The head in the fridge, there was another line too, with the people the couple in the woods.
That's the guy who gets decapitated.
Yeah. Like, you can go anywhere you want to go or something.
It was perfect.
Yeah. So largely after the trailer, we see that Tysa is sitting in the car watching the trailer. Her mom is Malin Eckerman is going to an interview. She was in that movie and she can't seem to get a role because of it, even though it's been like 20 years.
Now, I took a screenshot of this movie and I will tell you the feature films on her resume. Are you ready for this? She was in Camp Bloodbath as the lead, Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
Then she was in Sleigh Bells as supporting actress Carole King.
Nice.
She was in Chopping Mall, which is a real movie, supporting Jessica Albert. Stepmom 2, Revenge of Diane. The lead, Barbara Macy. Co-ed Massacre and Heart to Heart as Amanda Hart. And she was in the television show Fire! 3 episodes. And Meatballs in Heaven. And there's a few more.
They should have put Watchmen on there. Just to see if anyone was paying attention.
Ooh, they should have.
Yeah, just put it in there to see if
that'd have been good.
They would have found it.
That'd have been really good. I would have found it.
Yeah. She is clearly not getting any roles with that resume.
No. And she says, "Oh, maybe they remember my arc on CSI as a bipolar mistress." I mean, come on. Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Now, obviously, this movie takes a pretty sudden turn when... when they're in a car accident and Melanie Griffin's character dies. And it's flash forward 2 years later.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Early movie spoilers. So, I mean, I don't know that I was really expecting that.
Oh, it was fast.
Yeah.
And furious. They Tokyo drifted quite a bit on that.
Oh,
road.
my God.
Would they have flipped that much?
The CGI said flip that much, so they did it.
Oh, my gosh. They just kept going and going.
The models just kept going.
Yeah, it was like everything that could go wrong. Like they hit a car and then there was a bunch of construction ramps. I'm not sure how that happened exactly, but yeah, it was crazy.
In Encino, California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the valley. Then Thomas Middleditch in this movie. What'd you think, Lisa? He's one of the comic reliefs.
Good.
There's like 3 comic reliefs in this movie.
He was really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
You liked him?
Oh, yeah. I thought he was pretty funny.
He successfully plays the obsessed with Camp Bloodbath movie nerd.
Yeah.
He played Mitch.
Fair.
Wait, hold on. Is Mitch that awkward? No, I'm trying to think about this here.
No, but obsessed with horror movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's you too.
I almost thought I got away with that.
Nope.
No. What? I'm more Adam Devine.
Is that really where you want to go?
No, not really.
So let's talk about. So we already mentioned that they get sucked into the movie. Yeah. Not really a whole lot leading up into that.
Someone drops alcohol. Someone drops a joint. Things catch on fire. They jump through the screen. Ostensibly, everyone else dies.
Yeah.
From a fire in a crowded movie theater.
Yeah, they don't show them getting out.
No, they die.
And we're not going to talk. We don't know why they got sucked into a movie. It doesn't matter.
It was like Inglourious Bastards, but fire instead of machine gun bullets.
Yeah. So of the characters that are from the real world, who are your favorites? Who did you really like?
Of the ones that were in the movie?
No, the real
world.
Oh, the real characters.
So you got Max.
Oh, God.
Max is Tyson.
You got Chris.
Yeah.
The love interest kind of bland.
Yeah.
You got Vicky, who's her bitchy friend.
Yeah. Nina
you got
Dobrev.
Gertie, great name, from her best friend from Arrested Development.
Yep.
And you got Duncan, who is her brother, the movie nerd.
Yeah. Duncan's great. He's not in it. He's not in it long enough. As long as he needs to be.
They didn't have Thomas Middleditch. He's like, all right, you got me for one day. What do you want?
I go to Silicon Valley. Yeah, I gotta go back to.
I'm busy.
The Valley.
I'm busy shooting commercials.
They made. Ooh, I didn't catch that.
That's funny.
That's good.
I really did root for Max. I liked her.
Yeah, she's so likable.
She did a great job.
Yeah.
She's so likable in these movies.
Yeah.
Great actress too in this one too, even more so than I think The Nun. And we thought she was pretty strong in The Nun.
I mean,
that was the only part that was good.
Yeah,
we first saw her in the very first season of American Horror Story, and she's been in a few since.
Was she good in the latest season? Was she in the latest season?
Yes.
She was, but not a great deal.
Big a role.
Okay.
The very first season, she plays a huge role, and she does a very good job. And in Coven,
same character, but
job.
just not as much.
Yeah.
The other ones though, Chris
he's so bland.
Cool. Gertie.
Well, she was funny.
She's all right. The problem is that they just became the same stereotypes that were in the movie. You know, that was my kind of.
That was the commentary.
Is it commentary? Really?
Gertie fell in love with the character from the movie in the movie. God, that was so good. No, you didn't like that?
Yeah, it's all right.
And then she said, "I love you." He got massively impaled.
Right. So of the movie now, the movie character movies were, I guess, better, but because they were done up to like 10, right?
Yeah, so over the top. Because it's
so over the top.
It's an 80s. It's an 80s Jason
trashy movie,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you already kind of mentioned it. There's 2 guys, and of course, one they got Adam Devine is the perfect.
He's great.
He was the perfect to be the macho, like super
fake
sex
macho,
all that
yeah.
guy. He played it so well. And you always didn't take it seriously. I thought that was great casting.
It was great.
And I love it when they're in the movie and they're trying to get him to talk shit to him, and he's like, "Yeah, go suck a turd," and he's like, "That's the biggest burn ever."
Yeah.
And Thomas Miller's like, "Oh man, the writing is so shit." I love these movies.
The reason I like one of the reasons I like this movie is they play with being in the movie. They go into a flashback. They kind of comment on things. They kind of break the movie structure. Every 92 minutes, they drive down the road. That stuff I thought was great.
Yeah.
They sped up the flashback. They took things from the flashback into the main movie. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
That part was cool. What do you think about Adam Devine?
He was himself.
Divine.
He was Devine.
He's the same character he's played in every movie, but not that I don't like him. I mean, it was good, but
He just came right from Workaholics and was like, all right.
pretty much.
I'm in the method acting
Yeah.
for Workaholics, so I'm not going to change.
I love him just stretching, trying to like show off that he's his muscles, like he's been working out. It's just
when he walked in with his pants down in that room, it's like, it's already out, too late. No.
God. What about some of the other characters? So Tina cracked me up quite a bit.
Tina was great. She's like kind of the ditzy blonde, sexed up 80s camp counselor.
The one that's definitely getting murdered as soon as she gets naked, and she's
Yes.
the first to get naked. Yeah.
I did like.
Well, second, there was the people in the woods.
Well, I'm talking about. Well, yeah. That's how the movies are. There's always some couple that strays off in the woods. They get killed.
So it was like a couple. It was like a hiker ran into a girl. I was like, oh yeah. Like, wait, what?
I did like when they're towards the middle of the movie when they have her in the oven mitts and everything.
Right.
They're just like, don't move, don't take it.
Trying
They
to
put
save
her in
her,
like, what is it, a flotation vest?
Yeah. They like duct tape
hilarious.
up her
That was
oven
really
mitts
good.
and all
And
that.
I don't know. Because they're all getting ready and they all crack their knuckles, and then they cut to her and she's like trying to do it with the oven
Like
mitts on.
flippers, yeah.
Yeah,
And
she
then-
she cracked me up.
And then they use the movie tropes because when she starts undressing, then that's when the killer comes.
Yeah.
It was so cool how they
as
used
soon as
that.
she does
Yeah.
her, shows
They
her
used the
boobs.
movie.
It's,
That was good.
I did enjoy they called it the booby trap, and everyone's like, ugh. And everyone just kind of groans, like,
But it's so good.
yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, it's got a lot of little like jokes and moments like that. So throughout so you mentioned a lot of how they play around with the flashbacks and all that. Lisa, was there any part that you really enjoyed in terms of kind of them being in the movie motif?
A few things. I did like at the beginning when it was like 92 minutes and then 92 minutes later and it kind of started over. The things I mentioned a little while ago, they were running around in circles when they get to the slow motion and they're like, what's going on?
Yeah, the slow motion's great.
And the
That
killer
was
was chasing them
hilarious.
also in slow motion, jumping
Yeah.
out of the house.
That was great. And then at the very end when it's all over and the credits start rolling and she's just like, what?
It's so good. Come on.
Yeah,
man. Come on.
It was good. It was good.
So I guess I liked the fact that when they changed things, there was unexpected consequences for the movie.
Yeah.
The scene I'm talking about is the car explosion
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
with Adam Devine and Paula, who's supposed to be the final girl.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, he gets chucked from the car, dies horrifically, and then she explodes.
Well, not before running, before running over Thomas Middleditch. Yeah. Oh God.
I loved it because they were getting freaked out by them because they were talking about how they were in a movie and they weren't supposed to be counselors there. Like the logic still tracked, and then there was like a butterfly effect across the movie. I like that.
Yeah. I will say with Thomas Middleditch, so and we kind of saw this, and I won't get into spoiler of this, but with Escape Room, where the person they have this character who knows who's seen the movies or in Escape Room, played all these Escape Room games, knows the subject matter, is effectively could sit here and do what I would do differently.
Yeah.
And yet somehow they're like the first ones to get like offed.
Yeah, it's because they're too interested.
Right.
Like if you want it too much, you like miss it. You know what I
like
mean?
even if I know I'm in a movie, I'm going to tread carefully, right? Like you just got to.
He's so in awe. Yeah,
Middleditch.
Yeah,
that was hilarious when he was like, "No, we're good. He's good. He's not going to come after me."
Yeah,
and then he just wants to take the selfie. like any normal human
good.
being would do.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Oh, love it.
Religiously.
So, Amy?
Yeah.
Yes.
She always gets like, if she always gets like too flustered.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
like ruins it. That's these people in this movie.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh my God, I love this so much. And I'm in it. And then you just like,
They
you want it too
Santiago'd
much.
it.
You make mistakes. You get run over by a car.
Now, what did y'all think? Project Booby or the Booby Trap.
It was great.
They come up with this plan.
It was great.
To try to basically lure him with the seductive dancing and then kill him.
So the actress, Angela Trimber, drank a bunch of energy drinks.
Oh,
real.
really?
And then
When she was supposed to have taken
improvise
it.
that dance.
Because she's
hilarious.
supposed to
It
pretend.
is awesome.
Yeah, her character's supposed to have taken a whole like bottle
30
of Adderall.
Adderall.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it goes horribly wrong. She gets scared. She runs right back, trips into the bear trap with her face. Immediately dies.
Oh, that
It
was
works.
so sad.
It worked.
And then they close. They have the antlers there, and they drop a log that knocks the killer into the antlers.
Good
Just-
move.
Yeah, strong
Very
move.
Aaron-esque from your next.
Yeah. And then there's, they don't think to restrain him, though, because then
too easy.
Gertie's new boyfriend walks down to try to get the machete from him and gets stabbed.
Yep.
So this is where I don't know, the scene kind of lost me a little bit because it was just so much of this like rotating upside down, non-break camera move. But I don't know.
It was over the top because that's the kind of camera work they used to do in those movies.
It just seems so. Yeah,
You didn't like it?
I didn't care for it.
I kind of liked it. It was over the top though to parody those type of movies.
I get it. I just a little too much, I think.
Okay.
That was my
I also
personal
like the
opinion.
captions that popped up, like the title sequence coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they do the flashback the second time and the car runs into summer 1957 or whatever and the letters scatter. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. What? So. Oh, God, yeah. The slow motion, you already mentioned that. Was
Slow
Oh my
motion was
God,
so
the slow
good.
motion was
So
fantastic.
if he jumps out of a second story window and they're like, why can't we
Because for a second, you're watching it and you keep forgetting that these things are affecting them. So they were doing the slow motion. I'm like, cool. I mean, it's slow motion, whatever. And it wasn't until Malin starts like, what's going on? I was like, oh, that's so funny.
now the
5 points right there.
Right.
Boom, final cut.
Boom. Slow-mo.
So, I mean, the long thread of this is that, she's sitting, I mean, she plays it perfectly well. Almost too well, almost. Taisha Farmiga does, in terms of her being there with her mom, even though it's not her mom. And that whole thing going through the whole movie.
Yeah, so I guess we skipped this part. She sees her mom, who is dead in the movie.
Right.
And instantly is like, sees her, starts crying, like, is all buddy-buddy with her, like, don't sleep with that guy. And
Yeah,
this lady's
maybe
like,
don't hang
what?
out with Tina.
Yeah, don't sleep with Adam Devine. That guy is a tool.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's this whole thing. But then they become, toward the end, they become like good friends. And it's kind of like a nice, it's a little bit of,
It was a way to say goodbye.
it's resolution. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like
Closure.
cathartic for her. Closure, exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Now, that sets up the saddest striptease of all time.
Oh my gosh.
It was so sad. So
Plus, this girl, I'm sorry, because this part did bug me. This girl just let it slip that you are going to grow up to be her mother, but then you go out there and do a striptease in full view of your daughter?
Well, but
it was it was to make her the final girl, so she would
No.
magically get the powers.
I'm not doubting the sacrifice part. That I totally get. I'm totally on board with. It was the weird, like, looking back at her, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
I love
that's
you,
your future
striptease.
daughter.
I love you, daughter. I pour some sugar on me. He's playing in the background.
And then she gets massively murdered.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden, dying, stabbed Max is now
she levels
superpower.
up. Well, so before we leave about her as mom, I mean, overall, did that take away? I mean, as well as it was acted, did it take away from the movie? Did it make it better? Or did it feel out of place? I mean, to me, at parts, it felt a little almost out of place with the overall kind of, I don't know, maybe I don't know if it's the pacing or something.
I loved the sacrifice part. I thought it was great because the whole story is like Max trying to get over this, her mom dying, and she still hasn't quite gotten over it reasonably. I think. And then being in the movie is the way to do it because she gets to see her again.
I don't know. I think it's one of those things that it's to me. And I'll go. Maybe this is because I'm a big mama's boy, right?
Big Mama's house.
Big Mama's house, right? That it's just so hard. She plays it so well, and it's so heartbreaking to watch her with her mom and know that it's not. I mean, she knows that it's not real. She's not delusional about it.
Well, kind of.
I mean, she's to some degree she is a little bit, but. I don't know. It was so that it kind of kept taking me kind of out of it. I just felt so bad and like sad for her, you know. And to your point about care about, I don't really care about most of the other characters in this movie. You kind of said that earlier. I really don't care about these two.
Oh yeah, I mean these are the main two.
And so it's almost like I would have rather just had a movie of just these two and the others not as much.
But it's parodying a slasher film. You got to have the fodder.
I totally get it. I totally get it. But that to me, like I said, that's what I mean. It kind of took me out of it a little bit.
Well, it can be comedy and drama, and it's a dramedy.
I'm just giving.
It's a black comedy, not unlike The Room. You can have both.
Yeah, nothing took me out of The Room outside of Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau's
that is acting not done well. Where Tyson was incredible, Tommy Wiseau opposite.
Sure. What do you think, Lisa, about the sacrifice? Was that did it fit with the rest of the movie thematically for you?
I thought the mom plot fit.
And I don't mean the sacrifice fit. I just mean the overall all the stuff with it. It's not that it was bad. It was just so well done. I mean, it almost made me think like maybe they should have made this more serious, like the overall tone of the movie.
Yeah, I was like, oh, all right, all these fun and games are over. Now it's mommy time.
I really wish you hadn't said it that way.
I know. Yikes. So then that sets up the final battle, the final girl, Max versus Billy, and she gets superpowers.
Yeah,
and the lightning in the background is crazy awesome.
This is not her final form. Yeah, right. It's the purple rain, purple lightning.
She does a running slide under a knife throw. She gets thrown like 100 feet back.
Yeah, like a Dragon Ball Z. Like,
it was Dragon Ball. It was like Crouching Tiger-y.
Yeah, she does like the whole like sliding knee.
Yeah,
bend
exactly.
back, the knife passes by. What did you think of the fight scene, Lisa?
Oh, I liked it. It was really good.
Yeah.
I did like how she got the machete at one point when they went to the flashback. Finally got, she's like, dang, this thing is heavy.
Yeah, finally got, oh shit.
Like, oh, what? Damn.
Now, is it she killed him with a machete and she says, you just fucked with the wrong virgin.
That was pretty good.
Just a tie into Machete at this point?
Yeah.
There was a lot of nods to different things.
You just fucked with the wrong virgin. Machete. It would have worked, right? No, I just ruined it.
I think when you say it, it comes off a little
creepy.
No, just a little more sadder.
Okay, I'll take sad over creepy.
It's like that. It's like Robot Chicken, the nerd character is like, you just fucked with the wrong virgin. It's not a hero we can. It's not the hero we deserve nor we need.
Yikes. So Lisa liked the fight scene. Mitch,
the fight scene's pretty great.
I thought it was good too. Yeah, I think it was pretty well done. Yeah. It was fast, but I think really effective.
But even better than the fight scene is what happens immediately after the credits.
Oh, the credits!
The credits were great.
The credits in the sky.
The thunderclouds magically go away. It's pretty funny.
That was good. Yeah. Let me ask y'all something.
Okay.
Did you feel more for the movie characters that died or the real people that were trapped that died?
Oh, good question. I think I felt more for the real people. So what was it? Blake was the boyfriend of Gertie, even though he wasn't real.
Yeah.
I felt when he died, that sucked.
Yeah, that sucked. Especially after he was like, I love you.
All the other deaths were so jarring. Like Tina's death was jarring.
Oh my gosh.
Adam
the car
Devine's,
explosion.
Yeah, Paula. It was so jarring.
Yeah.
It was hard to, but for the Blake guy, his was the most probably sad of the
You think so?
deaths.
I thought
Or the mom obviously.
Well,
is
the
most
mom,
sad.
but
take that
I actually
back.
thought maybe's death. The two girls in the kitchen or whatever, when she's like, "Just go, I'll stay with her." You know, Max's friends.
Yeah, Nina Dobrev was like, I used to be a bitch. I'm so sorry.
I was like, oh.
Well, she just did that
oh my
and then
gosh.
sacrificed. Yeah, it was a nice.
That was
Well,
sad.
she caught herself on fire to save her.
Yeah.
That's
and
impressive.
I was surprised that I cared so much because we watch these slasher movies and it's like, all right, they're dead.
Yeah.
That scene came and like just watching her like just slowly die. I was really sad. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, and the other girl had gotten stabbed.
Yeah.
And then she held her hand.
Yeah. That whole scene got to me.
Dang.
Honestly, that whole scene almost got to me more than the mom sacrifice, if that can be believed. I don't know. That was because they just kind of like drew it out just the right amount of time. It was good.
This guy definitely graduated from drunks versus highs.
He stepped up, that's for sure.
Definitely an improvement, I would say, having not seen the first movie.
Now, who watched those previous movies and thought, let's let this guy direct this one, and isn't it romantic? I have no idea.
It worked.
It's like he had a podcast and had a brilliant idea, and someone out there was listening and hired this guy.
Well, I like to think he probably had one idea, and it was zombies versus cheerleaders.
Zombies and cheerleaders. Not even verse. It was just
Oh, were they working together?
Yeah, zombies and cheerleaders.
I'm confused now. I have a lot more questions than I did before we started this podcast.
Zombie Pep Squad.
UNDED.
Give me a...
Zombies are coming for me.
Give me an S. Give me the P. Give me a...
Nice.
Sorry. Jesus. Yeah, so it moves on, the credits roll, and then the film flickers, and you think, okay, they're going to go back into the real world.
Everyone's alive again.
Yep. They're all back in the hospital. Everything's great, except you start seeing a bunch of 80s stuff all around in the hospital. I love the gizmo
lamp.
Yeah.
The Rubik's
Gizmo
Cube.
lamp.
And you're like, oh, and of course the only one excited is the
Thomas
guy.
Middleditch. Again, you know he's going to die right away.
Oh, yeah.
Again, you
and
know
he's
it.
like, the sequel is so much more badass. So now
Camp Bloodbath 2, Cruel Summer, then Bananarama's
It's a
Cruel Summer starts playing right
summer.
after. Come on. How do you not love this?
Now, Nate, do you know if they are in fact making a number 2?
The director said he was open to it. It did not do well enough. I don't think it's ever going to happen.
Aw.
I know that they were hopeful and
They had some big names.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen. If it did, we are reviewing it.
Yeah.
Right away.
Of course.
But it's not going to happen.
Doubtful. Yeah. What did you think about the twist ending?
I was kind of like, oh, here we go again.
Did you guys see the outtakes?
Yes.
Yes, the outtakes were pretty funny.
Fantastic on their own.
They were good.
Adam Devine clearly was crushing it on set and making everyone
I'm not
like,
surprised.
flip out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I got to assume that almost all of his lines were ad-libbed.
Yeah, his lines and Thomas Middleditch's lines are almost all ad-libbed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else about this movie I want to talk about?
No.
Well,
my last line of notes is Max is Lisa. Lisa is Max.
Yeah.
That's it.
I could see that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, I know things look bleak when you think you're done, you think you've made it, and you're stuck. And you find you're stuck in the sequel, but it could be worse.
Could be worse.
Not that bad.
For me, it's all about perspective. It's what you make of it.
It is what you make of it.
What line is that one from? Not that bad.
It's the same. It's all the same skit. It's Key and Peele.
Yeah.
It's where they wake up in the Saw, in the Lee Saw,
Yeah.
the kill room, and like, yeah, it could be worse. Could be worse. Great skit. Y'all should all watch that if you don't know what I'm talking about.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, look, it's certainly not ideal to be trapped in a movie, but Lisa, how could this be worse? I mean, let's try to look at the bright side, right?
It could be a hell of a lot worse. because I could be stuck in some movie that I absolutely hate and have nightmares about.
Ooh.
Jason doesn't really scare me.
Yeah, what's your movie now? Here we go. What movie is it?
I don't want people to know, then they're just going to torture me. Y'all have heard me talk about movies I can't watch anymore.
Ooh, okay, what is it? What is it? The Witch. You're stuck in The Witch.
Oh, I didn't even think of that one. That's horrible. That god.
You do The Witch over and over again, and the mom does not fare well.
You would be happy as a clam.
I just feel like if you're in The Witch, first thing you're doing is baptizing the kid, and then
first thing you're doing is having a goat slaughter. That's the first move. We're eating this goat right now. Well, actually, no. We're killing the goat, not eating it. Eating it probably is a bad move. I feel like.
I don't know. There's probably no good move at that point.
Yeah.
We're just going to leave the goat there, and we're going to move back to the city.
Yeah, The Witch, there's no outs. Like, there's no way you could change that movie where it's good.
No.
Like, you're done.
See, my problem is I have not seen any horror movie enough to be in there and be like, oh, that's going to happen. Now that's going to happen. I'd be in there and be like, shoot, I don't remember what happens next.
The 80s slasher films is kind of like best case. I agree. Many debate question. What movie are you secretly hoping you're trapped in? Like, okay, you're Thomas Biddle.
Secretly hoping?
What's the one you're like, if I'm in this, I'm golden. Like, I'm going to survive.
Halloween 3.
Just don't wear the mask.
You could stand to hear the jingle over and over.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's the worst part.
No! God, no! Turn it off! Turn it off!
It's like Clockwork Orange with that Silver Shamrock.
See, same way. The Poltergeist. Just move into a different house. It's fine.
Yeah. Lively atmosphere in this house. You put it on the market.
I'd be okay with it.
It's like you're always having a party.
Plenty, yeah.
TVs automatically turn on for your convenience.
Free electricity.
Clowns galore.
Lisa, what about you?
You never get good TV reception. You just gotta bang on the
now,
thing.
Lisa, what Harry Potter movie are you hoping that you're sucked
we're allowed
into?
to branch out?
Sure.
Okay, Sorcerer's Stone then. Come on.
Okay, the easiest one.
Hey, which one is that?
The best. The first one.
Oh, the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
But then you're also like 5 years old. Like, that sucks.
I wasn't 5 years old.
How old are those kids in that movie? Like 10?
11.
11.
You know nothing, Nate.
Yeah, you don't want to be sucked into Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
you're dead.
Like you're Gendry. God, this sucks.
If I had to pick a horror movie to get stuck in, I think I'd pick Happy Death Day. Because I'd just go get a degree. I'd be like, y'all got this. I'm going to go get my free degree over here.
Goodwill hunting that college. and then
you're going to come out with like 80 different...
Right?
Decorated.
Then you graduate, you hold up. How about damn apples? And then you walk off the stage. That sounds great. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. So anyway, Nate, how is this any worse for you?
Imagine that you're Max and your mom's dead and you're trying to get over it and you meet your mom in that van and she is a dick.
That would be
terrible. Because in this movie, she gets
what if she
closure,
was,
right?
They said the 80s mean girl. What if she's the 80s mean girl? You're absolutely right.
We never knew who she was. She's supposed to be the final girl, so she's supposed to be the nice girl, quote, quote. But imagine that she's like, when things start butterfly affecting, her mom becomes a total dick. And that's how she remembers her. It's even worse. So it could be worse.
Yeah.
The killer could also come after you. Like, so they do, when they do the butterfly effect, things start changing. Like, what if the killer comes after you if you have clothes on?
Oh.
Flip it around.
So you just want this to become a nudist colony?
I don't know.
We went from PG-13 to rated X.
I flipped it. I don't know. I'm just saying that would be worse for trying to survive. Running through the woods naked? Not great.
I mean, yeah.
People do it barefoot all the time.
People do it in The Witch. It's fine.
Fine.
For me, I think...
Yeah, keep your socks on. Keep the socks.
Kind of along that same vein, I think for me it'd be worse if you get all the way through this and your mom has sacrificed herself, right? You had this butterfly effect, this is how it worked out. And then you kill in the credits roll and it starts back over again. And so then you're stuck having to watch your mom sacrifice herself
Happy Death
every
Mother's Day.
single time. Yeah.
Dead Mom's Day.
What is wrong with you?
Oh God.
Who hurt
See,
you?
mine was better. I just said the mom could be mean. That's
my
way worse.
gosh.
Wow.
See, a silver lining. That's
No.
what we
Call
do.
your mother right now and tell her you love her.
I got one on top of that. What if the mom sacrificed herself, but Thomas Middleditch was still alive? And she dies. Thomas Middleditch becomes the final girl.
Oh,
And that's how
that
the
would have
movie
been
ends.
great.
That would be awesome. So it could be
That's
better.
not worse. That's
it could be
better.
Oh God. All right. I think let's Nate, let's spin the wheel of genres.
Yes. So we would classify this movie as what? The horror comedy. It's not really that much of a horror.
Drama horror?
Yeah.
Drama comma horror?
But what if it was a spy film?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Here we go, Mitch.
All right.
It's a spy film.
Easy.
Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Virgin. Go.
I like it. I may have to try to work that name in there. I just think that, I mean, easy, right? Billy, in this case, is really the result of a secret government experiment.
This is the sci-fi movie. Okay, go ahead.
No. It could be like the Russians. It's some like new
World
super
War
soldier
II.
bullshit, right? And
Sounds like a superhero. Was
and
Captain
then
America?
really,
Bucky.
Adam Devine is the spy sent in to infiltrate this group of counselors to try to retrieve it.
What?
Or Thomas Middleditch. Pick your poison.
I don't dislike it.
Lisa, what do you
I
got?
don't dislike it.
I am not a fan of this movie.
Gosh. I don't know. Something about the mom being a spy. Like Tyson finding out her mom was a spy all along.
Oh, okay.
Like Red
Yeah.
Sparrow.
Yeah, something like that.
Your mom was Red Sparrow.
Yeah.
In a
I don't know.
Okay.
Something
What
like
if-
that though.
Or what if the sequel to the movie is that the mom gets like, it's like a sleeper cell and gets activated?
And her mom, no. Oh, okay. Yes. That car accident wasn't an accident. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Now we're in it. Camp Bloodbath held secret Cold War clues
Bam.
to like give directions. It was the only way they could get messages overseas.
There you go.
In these horror movies. And her mom was part of the propaganda and a spy, a la Red Sparrow. Then, obviously, Final Girls 2, her daughter takes up the mantle and becomes a spy also. Boom.
Done.
Go ahead. Y'all just greenlight that one. Just studios, throw money
Netflix,
at
you
us.
listening?
Yeah.
We got
Someone send
this.
us over that Netflix dump truck of money. We'll knock it out.
Give us a ridiculously expensive camera. We'll figure it out.
Well, or you can just do like Unsane and just film it on like an iPhone.
Yeah.
Just pocket the rest of the money.
I just need the money to like get people to actually like star in this thing. Right?
All right, who's starring in this? We can recap.
Obviously, Tyson.
You want to
Tyson
recast?
has to be. Tyson has to be.
Tyson's
in there.
back. Okay.
I keep the original cast. I like.
You like everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
But it's maybe he's getting
gonna,
noticed. She's got all those freckles.
Who's gonna
blend
replace
it?
like the Adam Devine type character and the ones in the movie? Who are you gonna bring in this time around?
What do you mean? I want Malin Ackerman to be the spy.
Yeah, Mama Spy.
I thought in this case,
And then her mom was literally, she was Swedish, and then she came to America because she was a double agent with the Russians. That's what started her acting career. Oh my
See?
God, it keeps
It works.
happening.
It's
I think
great.
I'd bring in John Hamm in the second one as the
Okay.
director.
Okay, John Hamm.
He's got some good comedic chops.
I love John Hamm.
Yeah.
John Hamm's great.
to direct the Final Girls. What
No,
was
to be
the
the spy director. That's
Yeah,
Oh,
director.
okay. I gotcha.
yeah, I could do
The only way it's going to be a bloodbath is for the Russians.
that. God,
Tagline. Got it.
I don't know what's Sean Connery doing these days.
What is Sean Connery doing these days?
What's that joke about him being the dragon?
I don't
Pays
know.
how much?
Yeah. Pays how much?
I am the last one. I saw that in the theaters.
No.
See, you couldn't do McConaughey
Yeah,
the other day,
right.
but you can do a Sean Connery.
You're the man now, dog. I can do a lot of Connery
Wow.
if you need.
We need to remember this when we do our St. Patty's Day episode.
Oh, God.
That's going to be a shit show. All right. Well, with that said, let's move to our final cut.
Final cut.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
surprise.
I debated whether I wanted to jump in
I'll
first.
preface it with this. I always do appreciate getting to watch an unsuspecting victim friendly movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't keep me up at night. You know, I can get a few laughs and I enjoy it. So I'll probably give this one, trying to think. I'll probably go 8 out of 10.
Ooh, I love it.
I enjoyed
it.
It was good. I'm trying to think though.
Okay.
8 out of 10 creepy vans. You know, the van they're driving at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Nate.
I love this movie. I was debating between a 7 and an 8. I think it's great. I think the emotion is surprisingly strong. You think it's going to be like kind of a throwaway movie, like so many kind of spoofs are, and it's a little bit more staying power for me. This is the third time I've seen it, so I like it. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 strawberry tattoos, which is one of the really hilarious jokes about Devine's character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Mitch, bringing it down.
I'm bringing that average down.
Bringing it down.
But not that much. Calm down. For me, this movie is I'm going to give it 6 out of 10 scrolling credits.
Okay, so not that bad though.
No, and that's my point. It's still a good movie. It's very well acted. I mean, there are a lot of. I mean, if you're a horror fan, you're gonna laugh at several.
Other than that, Chris guy,
he is whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always some like milquetoast, like bland dude. I just think that obviously, it's PG-13, which isn't necessarily a strike against a horror film. But
it's a rarity for us.
But it's hard to really make that any. There are other movies that are horror that are kind of in this black comedy, horror comedy vein that just do the same sort of thing where they're making fun of the tropes. I mean, Tucker and Dale versus Evil, you mentioned earlier, that's an infinitely better movie to me than this one. I mean, that one is so good. It set the bar so high. Same thing with Cabin in the Woods. Yeah, that's smart. It plays on the same tropes that this one did. And a lot more effective. I think that maybe it's my expectation. Maybe if I watch it a second time, I'll feel better. I'll think differently. It was good. It wasn't great. That's sort of where I sit.
Yeah, I would say that in terms of that, it's not as good as those two movies. But what put it a little bit higher for me was the playing with the movie itself. Sure, that was like a little bump for me.
Sure,
but I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Like I said, it's good. You're going to enjoy it. So watch it. This is a 6 out of 10 is not is not like a condemnation. It's no what's our shittiest movie? The
Suckling?
The Suckling. Yeah.
I mean, I think Jeepers Creepers 3 is give it a run for its money, which we mercifully let Lisa off the hook for.
Yeah.
So don't say we never did anything for you.
Yeah. Yeah, we sacrificed. We did our sacrifice dance for you.
We did our striptease for Jeepers Creepers 3.
Oh, and it was, my God.
And it was not great.
No, it was. And a lot of eye contact, too. Really made it really unsettling.
And talking about a creepy truck. Jeez. Wow. All right.
That's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Nate, where can they find us?
You can find us, as always, at our website, TexasPodcastMassacre.com. Once again, episode 100 is coming up. If you would like to ask us a question or make a comment or talk to us in any way, send us an email at TexasPodcastMassacre@gmail.com. Tweet us at TXPodMassacre. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and all of your other podcast platforms. If you rate us on iTunes, that's probably the best way to get your question or comment on the air. Wink, cough, wink.
Right. Yeah, definitely leave reviews for us. Helps other people find this show so you can all commiserate at how terrible our debate answers are together.
Lisa needs all the help she can get. That's the main thing I want to
The Lisa
fan
club needs to grow stronger, as it does every day.
Hashtag Team Lisa.
Hashtag Team Lisa. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and just keep telling yourself it's only a movie. Good night.